Hello, my name's Bianca, mother of two children and an ardent social worker. I currently live with my mother in Ohio. I run a small organization that provides to terminally ill children, whether it's taking them to an amusement park or a museum. I try to make their days a little less scary. My mother takes care of my children. They're going to a new school. I know these new adjustments bring a lot of new changes, but we are managing quite well. My life wasn't entirely like this. I was terribly heartbroken, and the healing took its time. It took me years to come out of the fact that I was betrayed multiple times by the same person. I met my ex-husband, Victor, when I was on a girls' trip to Rome, Italy. We were clubbing late at night when this random man approached me. Bella Serrata, isn't it? See, it's a beautiful night. Do you come here often? No, actually, it's my first time in Italy. I wanted to experience the nightlife, and I must say, it doesn't disappoint. Well, you've chosen the right place. Roma is known for its vibrant energy. So what brings you here, business or pleasure? Well, I would say a mix of curiosity and wanderlust, I suppose. I've always been fascinated by Italian culture and history. And what about you, Bianca? Are you a regular in this scene? I enjoy going out occasionally. It's a great way to unwind after a long day. But tonight I'm celebrating a friend's birthday. How about you? Are you here alone? Yes, solo traveler exploring the world. I find it liberating to discover new places on my own terms. Well, you seem to be doing just fine. Rome has a way of capturing hearts, whether you're alone or with company. So it seems. But I have to admit, meeting someone as lovely as you adds an extra touch of magic to the experience. You're quite the charmer, Victor. I appreciate the compliment. So tell me, what else have you discovered during your time in Rome? Oh, where do I start? The Colosseum, Vatican City, the Sistine Chapel. I've been soaking in history, the art, and the cuisine. Every corner of this city has a story to tell. You're absolutely right. It's a city filled with treasures and tales. If you have time, I'd be more than happy to show you some hidden gems that tourists often miss. I'd be honored, Bianca. Exploring Rome with a local would be a dream come true. We clink glasses together, sealing our new connection amidst the vibrant ambience of the club. He then proposed a friendly dance. The music was wild and I was young and flattered, so I agreed to his proposal. We danced away like crazy as if we didn't care less about the world. We were a couple of drinks down. He was really attractive back then, and attractive people can bring a lot of baggage. As the vibrant music filled the air and the club in Italy pulsed with energy and life, it was a night like any other, and I found myself dancing and enjoying the moment, surrounded by the rhythm and excitement that coursed through the crowd. Little did I know that this evening would be the beginning of a captivating and unexpected journey. It was as if the world around us faded into the background, leaving only the two of us in that electrifying moment. We moved together in perfect harmony, our bodies swaying to the rhythm of the music. The chemistry between us was palpable, growing with each twirl and dip on the dance floor. It felt as though time stood still, and in that enchanted bubble, we were the only ones that mattered. But just as our connection intensified, a woman appeared out of nowhere, clinging to Victor. Panic flashed across his face, and he glanced at me with a mix of confusion and worry. In that split second, I saw the uncertainty in his eyes, and my heart skipped a beat. Who is she? Who are you? Oh, please, ladies, relax. Let me introduce you to. This is my friend, Bianca. Bianca, meet Louise. She's my tour guide. She's been taking care of me. Thank you, Victor. That was really kind of you. But, baby, we must head back. You know we have to get up early morning. Baby? Victor, just give us a moment, Bianca. We have to talk about tomorrow's schedule. I still have a few days left to be here, so I planned an elaborate tour guide just for myself. I'll come back to you. Stay still. Don't you dare go anywhere. He held me by the waist and planted a kiss on my cheek. As I watched their interaction unfold, I felt a wave of emotions crash over me. Doubt and insecurity threatened to overshadow the joy and attraction I had felt just moments ago. Who was this woman? And what did her sudden appearance mean for the budding connection between Victor and me? I mean, I get it, she was the tour guide, but which tour guide calls you baby? I was really done with this shit. I looked for my friends who were hanging by the pool. They were all really buzzed except Emily. She was always the sober one in the group. She got up and approached me. I dropped myself on the comfy beanbag that was placed next to the pool. So, how was it? Well, let's just say it was an interesting experience. Victor turned out to be quite the Casanova. What? No way. He seemed like such a genuine guy when he approached you at the club. What happened? At first, everything was perfect. He was charming, attentive, and full of stories about his travels. Then, we went for a bit of dancing. It was going so well, you won't believe how I was swooning at his moves and so on. But then a girl comes out of nowhere and clings to his shirt, calling him baby and stuff like that. Ouch! The worst kind then. He didn't look like he was fazed at all by it. He excused himself and started chatting with her instead. I stood there for 7 minutes, then it started to feel embarrassing, so I left. Oh no, Bianca, I'm so sorry. That must have been disappointing and hurtful. Did you not feel like confronting him? I did, but I couldn't muster the courage to do so. He was attractive. I was just another pawn in his game, LOL. And here I thought chivalry still exists. My friends and I decided to leave the club. It was getting late and there was no point dilly-dallying any longer. Half of them were sloshed already. I called for a cab while Emily and one of the waitresses took hold of my drunk friends. Wow, quite a sight that was. We reached our hotel, and after putting all my friends in our respective rooms, Emily and I decided to take another martini before going to bed. The reception was busy, so I had to go fetch the drinks. We also had some pizza ordered along with some Italian cioccola. I was almost forgetting about the guy I encountered at the party until I reached into my pockets. I found a note. It was written, "If whatever magic we had back there was true, then meet me tomorrow afternoon in front of the statue that depicts the birth of Rome." Oh my God. Emily, look. When did he slide this in? Gosh, that creep. How clique. Such a stereotypical Casanova move. Charming young man planting a lover's note in the naive girl's pocket. Jeez, I'm too drunk for this shit. Oh, hush, Emily. You're ruining its charm. I bet he did that when he planted that kiss on my cheek. That was kind of smooth. Not gonna lie. Please tell me you're not considering actually meeting him, are you? I mean, I don't mind giving him a second chance. These second chances are the worst. I never really trusted them. There was this guy back in Florida I used to really like, but he turned out to be a total douchebag as well. But my heart was a mess. I wanted him so bad, I gave him a second chance. Guess what, Bianca? It got messier. Jeez, girl, relax. I promised that this would be a harmless second chance. Now help me break the riddle. I was supposed to meet him in front of the Capitoline Wolf, one of the greatest symbols of Rome. From the moment our eyes met in the bustling streets of Rome, Victor and I embarked on a journey that would forever change our lives. The magic of the city infused our hearts, and love bloomed amidst the cobblestone streets and ancient ruins. As our relationship deepened, we discovered a profound connection that went beyond mere attraction. We shared dreams, hopes, and ambitions, supporting each other through the triumphs and trials of life. With time, our love grew stronger, and we knew we were meant to build a future together. We celebrated each other's successes and lifted each other up. Vicky was my biggest cheerleader, always pushing me to chase my dreams and encouraging me to believe in my own strength. Likewise, I stood by Vicky's side, supporting his endeavors and providing a safe harbor when life's storms raged around us. Together we explored the world with wide-eyed wonder. We embarked on countless adventures, embracing the joy of discovering new places and cultures. Whether we were strolling through ancient streets, gazing at breathtaking landscapes, or simply enjoying the simple moments of togetherness, every experience was enriched by our love for one another. I was head over heels for Victor. He was my type of guy. My type of red flag, that is. Baby, I was looking through some venues. Do you want to check it with me? Just a second. The noodles are on the stove. I was living with Victor at the time. He had a cozy house back in Michigan. He was the one who invited me to stay with him. Ran a small business, something to do with travel and tourism. He would leave around 11 a.m. and return by 7. I used to work from home, mostly in customer service. My shift was almost the same as his. After work, we would either go for a drive or a small walk. So, where have you decided? Noticed anything you like? I was thinking, how about the same place where we met, in Rome? What? Are you serious? Wouldn't that be too expensive? I mean, the venue, the decorations, invitations, food. Nah, don't worry about it, love. I spoke to one of my rich clients from Italy. He said he would do all the arrangements at a lot less price. Interesting acquaintances. How do you even manage to make such alliances? I should totally learn from you. That's my secret. But you are a special one, so I don't mind. Want to know? Absolutely. Tell me. Well, I use a lot of what? My sexy charm. Screw you, so full of yourself. In the picturesque setting of Rome, surrounded by loved ones, we exchanged vows and committed our lives to one another. The joy and excitement on that day were immeasurable as we embarked on the adventure of marriage hand in hand. We were ready to face the world as a team, navigating the highs and lows with unwavering support. But like many others, I too realized some men change a lot after marriage. Maybe the spark of romanticism fades and we fall into a cycle of monotony and ambiguity. A few years, things were going all right. We had our regular work and free time. Victor grew busier. He would take me to parties and clubbing, but sometimes he would go alone with his friends. After I got pregnant with our first child, things started to change for the worse. Victor would be a bit neglectful towards me. I mean, sometimes he would be the sweetest person and I would melt. He probably started to think I got bored or something because I don't go out with him to fancy parties and crowded pubs anymore. Babe, is something the matter? I feel like you're really upset about something and not telling me. Why do you ask? It's the vibe I'm catching. You usually aren't this quiet. I mean, you are the definition of an extrovert. Right. Please, babe, tell me. You will feel a whole lot lighter, and you only said that communication should be our greatest mantra. Yeah, I know. I do want to know one thing. You are still you, right? What do you mean, I'm still me? I don't understand. What did I do to turn you off? I think the baby thingy could have waited. Maybe if we would have given us a bit more time. What the hell do you mean by that? It's been 2 years. I know, but I miss the old us. We used to hang out and go on small travels and adventurous dates. Remember our trip to Africa, babe? The wildest of experiences. Ah, how I long to go back amongst the serene wildlife and sweet forest liqueur. Then why don't you? What? Is a pregnant wife making her husband feel trapped? Oh, babe, why are you making it sound like that? Did I say that? You just twisted my entire explanation. Jesus. I was just saying that we could have waited a little more before, getting into parenthood. So, is it my fault, babe? You wanted a baby, remember? We were on a date when you pointed at a child saying you wanted one of those. Then I laughed, and you got all pouty because I wasn't taking you seriously. His phone rang. He excused himself, saying it was his mother, and went to the other room. I sat there in silence. What just happened? Did we just fight? This was our very first argument. In the following years, we became parents of two beautiful girls. Victor loved spending time with them, taking them for a drive, sometimes to parties. When I strongly objected, he would get angry. He also didn't like too much crying and whining. He would always excuse himself if his daughters were having a tantrum. He just wanted the cream of the hard work, not the hard work itself. I shifted my job from home to an office space. I was getting paid more. Victor would often leave for business trips. He started to dress more handsomely, which was nothing to be concerned about, but I couldn't help but feel insecure. How are the kids, Bob? They're fine, Mom. Growing up really fast. Georgie throws a lot less tantrums these days. Oh, my lovelies, when will you all visit me again? It's been over a year now. How is that wretched son-in-law of mine? You are not wrong about that. Well, he's on a business trip to Goa. Where is that? Sounds like something Caribbean. Nope, it's a part of India. Oh, damn, I always wanted to visit that place with your dad. If only he didn't reach his expiration date. Jeez, Mom, your jokes are becoming horribly dark these days. Oh, you know how I find refuge in dark humor. You get to laugh more than you get to cry. You should slowly resort to that too. As the days passed by, I couldn't help but notice a change in Victor, my so-called loving husband. His once warm and trusting demeanor had given way to suspicion and unease. It was as if a shadow had cast itself over our relationship, leaving me bewildered and longing to understand the source of his growing distrust. At first, I dismissed it as mere stress from work or external factors taking a toll on his emotions. But as the subtle signs persisted, I realized that there was something deeper at play. The lingering glances, the guarded conversations, and the moments of distance between us became increasingly difficult to ignore. One evening, as we sat together in the quiet sanctuary of our home, I mustered the courage to address the elephant in the room. With a gentle touch, I took his hand in mine, my eyes searching his for answers. I have been noticing a lot of things lately. I just wanted to clarify if it is something I should be concerned about. What is it now? The frequent calls, Victor. Who is it? There was a mixture of vulnerability and concern in his gaze, a flicker of fear betraying the walls he had built around himself. Look, babe, I care about you and trust you. Just assure me that it's nothing concerning. Care about me? You call that caring? It feels more like you're prying into my personal life. I'm sorry if it came across that way, Victor. I didn't mean to invade your privacy, but when I saw you keeping everything to yourself, I couldn't just stand by and do nothing. Well, sometimes I need to handle things on my own. I don't always need you jumping in trying to fix everything. Years went by, and our relationship was concretely built on a cloud of secrecy. Victor refused to talk to me. He even grew distant from our children. I became very aloof and introverted. His extroversion increased. He would go to parties and sometimes not come back. His phone calls were even more frequent and sometimes argumentative. It was until the day it revealed itself. Victor's face was filled with panic, his eyes darting around the room. He pleaded with me to pack our things and run away with the children, claiming that his mother was coming home to exact an old revenge. But at that moment, something within me shifted. I knew who it was. And for some reason, I was waiting for this to happen. Emily informed me long back. You know, it really saddens me that I had to be the one to give my best friend the news. It is about Victor, isn't it? What has he been doing? Well, she revealed that Victor has been taking drugs, partying, and sleeping with other women. One of them was incredibly in love with him. She got pregnant, and Victor left her right after that. She was in a total mess. Her name is Leslie. She was Victor's favorite mistress. He would often go to a love hotel where they both would sleep multiple times. Emily found her at a club, crying profusely. She was 2 drinks down. Emily just wanted to small talk. Little did she know it would end up in this drama. We decided to invite her to the charade. After all, that sneaky bastard needed a lesson. With a mixture of determination and pain, I looked into Victor's eyes, and in a voice filled with both defiance and sorrow, I responded, "She's already here, Victor, and it's not your mother who should be running away now." What? What do you mean? It is Leslie, isn't it? Wait, how do you... Because your boring wife can be extremely intelligent sometimes. She has her ways. Babe, look, I can explain. Oh, you don't have to. I slapped him hard across his face. I went ahead and grappled him by his neck and threw him off. I was so tempted to hurt him more the way he hurt me, but I controlled myself. Leslie entered the room with her friend. They packed on a couple of blows at him. It was so satisfying to watch. The famous warning, "Once a Casanova, always a Casanova," earned its rightful position in my heart. I joyously trashed his entire house, breaking all his valuables, turned it into a freaking rage room. I swear. He just wanted me as his trophy wife, someone he could show off to his friends. Once I became boring, he lost his interest. He did that with other girls too. Leslie and I knew what to do. He would be paying for both of our child support. We planned to make him penniless. We were in the process. It would take some time, but I wasn't going to leave him for what he had done. My children shifted to their grandmas. I decided to stay back so that I could complete the legal work before finally settling with my mother and kids. We would connect to 2 other girls who equally hated him. He was nothing but a puny little mouse in our trap. After a few months of going to and fro to court, it was finally settled. Today, I stand tall and proud. The pain and heartbreak of that fateful revelation have shaped me into a woman of resilience and unwavering strength. I have emerged from the ashes a survivor of betrayal, ready to embrace life's challenges and bask in the love and happiness I truly deserve. In the end, I found solace in knowing that the one who should have been running away was never me. It was the darkness of deceit and betrayal that Victor and his mistress had chosen to embrace. And with every step forward, I reclaimed my own power, determined to forge a future built on my terms, with an unwavering commitment to my own happiness and well-being.